much as I'm eager to explore the universe, there's nothing quite like the feeling of returning home.
Hey, I've been talking with the others, and I'd like to get everyone together. To say goodbye. You know. To Sam. Thank you. It wouldn't be the same without you there. I'll have everything set up in a few days.
Perhaps something you might be interested in. A loss is always hard.
Constellation has suffered losses
Constellation is no
before,
stranger to loss.
although
Our
not
own founder
quite so
left on an
violently.
expedition and never returned. It is easy to talk about the glory and excitement of breaching into the unknown, of lighting the darkness. But it is harder to stare into the face of the cost. That all of our progress is built on top of the lives of those who dared. And that we owe them the courage to continue our work in their memory.
Thank you, Sarah. If anyone else would like to say a few words. Thank you. If anyone else wants to say something. I hope this is all okay. Between fixing things up and sending out messengers and getting all the paperwork done. It's not much. Good. Sorry, if I talk any longer, I'm gonna start crying. Could you excuse me?
I thought maybe I would come up with something to say, but I've got nothing. So, instead, I thought I would quote something that gave me comfort a long time ago. Is God real? The more proper question would be,
Take care of yourself.
is reality divine?
Everyone is in mourning.
Existence itself is a mystery
I
that yearns to
understand,
be uncovered.
but I cannot quite
What is
share in their
goodness but
emotion.
a comparison to the good? What is existence but a participation?
I have seen death. I have lost
Where the
people I
diversity
considered
of the
close.
universe inspires awe and
But
wonder,
this is...
it exists only in contrast
It
to
is not the same.
simplicity so
I
pure
cannot explain
that it
why.
may only
I am
be
not sure I am making sense.
primordial and even divine.
Thank you.
Our essence is what was imagined by its mind.
If you... I am
But what we
reminded
consider
of
imagined,
Chat for a bit?
different
what we
constellation
consider
works.
mind, are in fact so
You don't believe
far
in the
beyond
afterlife.
our understanding that
Yes.
even these metaphors
Well,
are like
I've
the
taken up
tiny
enough of your
photographs
time.
massive, searching sea.
You know,
There's more, but
what you're feeling right now is a chemical reaction whose evolutionary goal is promoting social cohesion. Never seems to work for me.
thank you.
No matter how many times I do this, I feel less attached, not more.
Does anyone else want to say anything?
I don't remember. I'm sure I did. I thought when the funeral was over. Turns out, sometimes you need more than that. Well, look at us. Two lone wolves howling at the moon on the same night. You know, if there's one piece of advice I can actually give you, it's that lost loved ones have a way of coming back to you. One day you'll be sweeping out some old shelf or digging through a desk, and there it'll be. Some old paperweight of theirs, or a piece of jewelry they gave you, half jokingly. Theoretically, of course. Maybe I like knowing no matter how far I run to the edges of space, someone is going to find their way back to me. I know now isn't the best time, but I need to talk with you later.
It almost feels wrong to be grieving. Selfish. No amount of tears will bring the dead back. I suppose someone could accuse us of mourning by way of guilt or forced apathy, if you'll excuse me. Living through loss. Is there any part of life more painful?
My boy.
I don't often speak about what I...
Should be me buried in the ground. All I ever wanted to do was protect him. But no, he was out the door as soon as he could. Away from his mother, away from Aquila, away from me.
Is gone.
My boy.
There's no afterlife.
I've lost my
Second
boy.
meetings. No God in heaven that is curating a perfect ending.
Hi.
So it's up to us. We are what lives on.
It's my dad.
Inspires us to greater action.
I just can't. And so many people.
Humanity is what truly
Is this
we are the ones that judge the
supposed to make everything okay?
joyful.
Make everyone feel better?
Let us take responsibility.
It's just. It doesn't change anything, does it?
But we have lost.
Walter, are you part of the House of Enlightenment?
Every day is going to be worse now. Don't you get that? I
I'd like to keep some things.
want to be alone for a while, okay?
You one of Sam's constellation people? Lillian Hart. He probably never mentioned me. I mean, I try not to talk about him, so... I'm sorry. That was a terrible thing to say. Cora's mother. Sam's ex. God, I'm rambling. Look, I don't know who I should speak to about this, but Cora and I talked, and she's coming to live with me.
Decomposes. Gets eaten up by insects and mice.
She talked about you all the time.
Or due to the lack of
But right now, she just needs to get away from all the reminders
space and
of
time
Sam.
until we
We'll be
see
leaving
the
soon,
sun's
so
corona
say your goodbyes to her,
pulled in some
if you
gravitational
like.
field and coalesce with other debris. Not comforting, huh?
Drink? Pour one out to the blackest sea?
The thought that after I die,
Two old friends. May their ghosts go past the edges of space, to the great beyond.
that life goes on.
Aye.
That things do not just sit still. Right there is the comfort that I need. Yeah, we die. And some people go way before they should. But the universe doesn't care. Not because it's evil, but because it's infinite.
I will be monitoring everyone's vitals for signs of continued trauma. I am told these types of... No, I don't. I'm programmed to analyze sensory and biometric data so I can cross-reference. But I do not feel as you seem to imply. I appreciate you verifying my analysis, although I am certain my thanks will do little to improve your current psychological trauma. If you would like, though, I can add some consoling language to my programming. It will take some time to adapt, but it will be okay. How was that? I will note that feedback for later.
Constellation will get through this together.
Always knew we could pull this off. Finally, these new universes won't know what hit them. Forget about the Starborn and the Hunter. It's Barrett and company from here on out. I suppose we can do that. Classic. Look, if this is a are we doing this or not talk, then stop right there. We're doing this. The multiverse waits for no one. Go on. Yeah, that's why I said it first. See you on the other side.
So, the Unity awaits. I'm not as afraid as I thought I would be. Stepping away from the world you know can lead to a better place. I do not know if I would say the same. More that I accept it. I'm ready. Do you think we will see each other after the Unity? Will we even recognize each other if we do? Oh, that was already my plan. If we do not see each other again, then goodbye. I am proud of all that we have accomplished. If you are free soon, could we talk? I wanted to thank you for giving me the chance to work with you. I know we met under, unusual circumstances. You seem to be acclimating well to Constellation. Are you enjoying working with them? I think none of us were expecting what we have found. Well, perhaps Mateo. You have certainly become a vital part of the organization. That is a credit to your abilities. If I may, from what you have seen, do you think I fit in well with the rest of Constellation? No, I do not. But I find it hard to quantify. Many of the other members are polite, but distant. I worry that my background and my actions concern them. I have not shared much, but everyone knows I worked with smugglers for years. I am no stranger to violence and death. I know. For those that have not lived it, it can be difficult to imagine or accept. Others here have seen conflict, but for more noble causes. Vladimir is the only one here who can begin to understand. He was the one who pressed the group to include me. I lack his charm. He puts others at ease. I fear my presence does the opposite. That is kind of you. You also have a lot going. I, I find expressing affection difficult, but truly. Thank you. I know this seems trivial. Perhaps childish. I have just always relied only on myself. I have never been surrounded by people like this. By a group I wish to be a part of. Does that make sense? Thank you. That is reassuring. Discussing these things is challenging for me. I hope now you can better understand why I wanted to keep the circumstances of our meeting quiet. I wanted to thank you for not saying anything to Vladimir. You said you were considering it, and I appreciate that you decided against it. I do not wish to be seen as a source of violence and nothing else. It would have been, to some. Thank you for talking this over with me. It is good to know that at least one member of Constellation understands me. I have things I wish to discuss with you when you have time. Your investigation with the Freestar Rangers has come to an end. Are you satisfied with the results? You can dismiss it that easily. This Ron Hope, supposedly a man of the people, was more concerned with profit than lives. He was not the first, and certainly will not be the last. At least he will no longer be able to prey on others. I am unsure that death was preferable to justice, but at least the situation is over, and there is no question who was to blame. Fair enough. I will certainly not miss him. And now you can consider yourself a ranger in full. I think less of the badge and more of the person wearing it. But you should be proud of your accomplishments. Shall we find some other adventure to occupy us now? Your investigation with the I suppose not. This Ron Hope, supposedly. In the end, he was just a man, and died like any other. At least he will no longer be able to prey on. I am unsure that... No, he did not. A very poor decision. I agree. Though, perhaps you should not share that sentiment with them. True as it may. Shall we find some other... Your investigation with the Yes, but not everyone walked away. This Ron Hope, supposedly... I do not believe that for a moment, and I am sure you do not either. At least he will no longer be able to... I am... Do not be too hard on yourself. It is the totality of your actions that earned you the position. No, I would rather not. And I sincerely hope that has not been your main motivation in all this. Shall we find some other... Your investigation with the... I suppose not. This Ron Hope, supposedly a... Surprised? No. At least he will no longer be able... I am a... No, he did not. I agree. Shall we find...
Can we skip the local chunks this time? Never agrees with my stomach. Can I help? So long. Look at this place.
Take
I've
your
already
ear for a
made
moment.
arrangements. Don't worry about it.
Ah, it'll be a shame to pack up all the modifications to the Eye for finding the artifacts. But she's earned a break. Gilded our fortunes for sure. Caught the measure of me right. Worse ways to retire for an ex-Crimson Fleet. I'll be taking up the chair when everyone's gone in the Unity. Set Constellation's course for another new beginning. Not my first time at the helm for a crew, but going to take it slow. Don't know about that. Intend to keep teaching folks how to play the Troublemaker's game. No use being an explorer if you aren't a little dangerous. Well, tipped your ear long enough. I'll be smiling as you walk through Eternity's gate. Give the next universe something to talk about, yeah?
Come now. You must let me contribute.
I've already made arrangements. Don't worry about it.
I appreciate what you're doing, Walter. But honestly, let's get a second opinion, shall we? Walter and I were just discussing the expenses incurred during the attack.
No, I was explaining that there's nothing to discuss. It's been taken care of.
It seems that Walter has taken it upon himself to cover the costs of the repairs to both the lodge and the Eye, as well as any expenses relating to the funeral services.
Sam was a good man. It's the least I could do. Well, it's not about looking for thanks. It needed to be done, that's all.
Well, I can't thank you enough, Walter.
Sarah, I know we argue about money all the time. Most of it is in jest, but occasionally it's not. This is the one way I can best contribute to our work. It has been, and continues to be, an honor to do so. And when this is all over, we can go back to squabbling about my
sorry.
expenses.
Was doing the tallies work in my head.
I've thought about it, and as much as I would love to see the Unity the way Keeper
There is
Aquilus
one
has
more thing
experienced
I'd
it,
like to do for Sam.
I'm
And I'd like to
not
get your
coming
opinion.
with you.
Nothing extravagant. Just a small plaque here in the lodge. Something to remember them by. Where do you think would be appropriate? That's certainly someplace everyone will see it. Any objections, Walter?
No, I think this is a fine idea.
Then it's settled. Quarters.
So I know we aren't keeping all the artifacts here anymore, but I think I can get some good readings from your ship. You have no idea how excited I am to analyze the data after you jump to the Unity. I'm gonna make some coffee. Pull an all-nighter. What? No. I do not do field work, especially not the restructuring yourself at the molecular level kind. Or whatever the Unity actually does to make you starborn. Anyway, Vladimir and I have been talking, and we're both staying here. Someone has to keep Constellation going with so many people leaving. Maybe one day. For now, I think I'm better off letting Vladimir have that headache. Okay, I promised myself I wouldn't cry. And I'm sticking to that. So, goodbye. I'll miss you all.
This is all exciting, but... I thought I had the sanctum... Is this what we were meant to... Oh yeah? That would be something. The one thing I'm sure of is that we have to see this through. You're doing great out there.
Hello.
You look well. Is something amiss? You have my attention. You do not need to ask. I hope that was informed. Indeed I do. Yes, of course. I have never been... It has been a very... There are worlds... I have done so in the past, and that, I think... Honestly, so many years have been driven by survival. I do enjoy combat. You have given me something to consider. Goodbye.
No kidding. Think of the dissertations. Boundless topics, no bounds. Except the books, they're bound. This explains so much, though. They're disorganized, petty, weird, and also deeply fascinating at the same time. Because they are just people. We never rule that out, but it feels so good to know we weren't fighting against robot alien ghost gods or something. True. We need to approach this critically and carefully. We can't just jump in. Or, I mean, we could, I guess. But it all comes back to this. We don't know what will happen if you enter the Unity. You might lose yourself or become a two-headed space shark. There are too many variables. Yeah, even so, I don't see how we can't do this. I really don't see another option. Of course, at the end of the day, it's your choice. But I will say this. Our entire purpose in Constellation is to explore. Why would we stop now? I'm with you. I'm not gonna hold you back. But if you know, become evil or whatever, I'm also not gonna have your back. Anytime. The possibility of turning evil aside, I appreciate you taking the lead on this. You're guiding Constellation to new frontiers, new discoveries, and we should all follow your example. On that note, there's something else I'd like to discuss with you, if you have time. It's not on the scale of entering the Unity, but it is tangentially related. Thanks. This has been swirling in my brain goo for a while now. So, I've been pondering over what's happened and what it all means. And I've got a favor to ask. A teensy-weensy favor. About the size of a plank length, really. I think it's time I joined you in the physics-bending powers business. See if one of those temples works for more than just you. Marvelous. I'm glad you're as gung-ho about this as I am. As it so happens, I've already talked to Vladimir. Seems our eye in the sky is back up and running. He sent me the coordinates for the temple already. We just have to visit. Hey, when you're not busy, let's chat. Well, if it isn't our own Ranger. I hope you're not taking the job permanently. Costume party coming up, huh? Anyway, it suits you. Anyway, I'm just glad Ron Hope is gone. Those farmers are gone. But you prevented the next group of people from suffering. It was a hard choice that you made, but I'm proud of you, Captain. I know now isn't the best time, but I need to talk with you later. Hey, so I'm really enjoying our time together. Thought you should know. It's been a long time since I worked with someone so closely. I didn't realize how much I missed it. And you haven't stopped me from looking into this stuff with Irvin either. So, thank you. Thank you. It means a lot to know someone that you, well, care about feels the same. On that note, I do have some news about Irvin's case. So, I wanted to let you know that I heard back from my contact, and I think you'll want to hear this. They sent me a copy of some public records. It's interesting. There was a claim filed against Irvin, accusing him of damaging their investments. Looks like Irvin didn't even enter a plea. Well, if it was Irvin, I do want to understand that, because I just can't believe it. Anyway, this mining corporation, Hephaestus, sued Irvin, claiming he irreparably damaged their mine. They said he killed the apex predators in the area around the mine, which led to herd creatures overeating the grasses. That caused the soils to release too many gases too fast, which cost Hephaestus a ton of money. The explanation is sound, but why would Irvin do that? He wouldn't. So anyway, according to the court documents, there was a witness for the defense, who was a no-show too. Then Hephaestus won by default. They tried to take his apartment, but because it's in my name too, they couldn't. Kinda. I had a mountain of back taxes to pay, and utilities, and repairs. It would have been far better for my pockets had I just donated it to the city. But I'm glad I didn't. There may be clues there about his case. So here's what I was thinking. I can persuade my contact to keep digging a little bit more. I don't want to press our luck, so I'll just ask them to follow up on one thing. Should I tell them to investigate the company more, or look into the witness instead? I don't generally like owing favors, but in this case, it might be worth it. You know, this investigation is time-consuming, but it's also pretty cathartic. And who knows? Maybe if we solve this case, it'll mean a better future for Gagarin. But that's thinking too far ahead. Anyway, Captain, thanks for checking in with me. I know now isn't the best time, but I need to talk with you later. Never mind. Sorry. Oh, How much time do you have? I've been in lost my husband. Anyway, so... anything else on you? It's a difficult topic. I can't guarantee... Oh, I've moved on. I haven't even thought about it. Thanks for listening. Did you have any other? Always a pleasure. Well, okay then. Ship's good. Welcome up and let's go. Jump drive works again, if you were wondering.
You made it. I hope you're enjoying the view. I never get tired of staring at it. Eternity. A thought occurs. Can anyone ever truly experience reality outside of oneself? All of time and space filters through a singular perspective. I am as much you as you are a part of everything. All points connect to here. When a star is born or dies, its existence beats through the heart of this place. The unity. I have seen all you are, have been, and could be. Do you feel like you've lived a good life? Is there anything you regret? That's good. You will need that clarity for what comes next. In order to become Starborn, you must give the universe one last thing. Yourself. That intangible part of you. That something that makes you unique amongst the infinite will explode like a supernova. A part of you will fuse with the essence of this universe, while another part leaves it behind forever. Do you understand what I mean? This one final leap will change this universe forever, even as you leave it behind. Much like the death of a star creates new kinds of matter, so will the part of your being become fused with the unity itself. That part is what becomes Starborn and crosses into the multiverse. Through your eyes, it will be as if waking up from a dream. Walk into the gate of light, and you will become Starborn. Everything will vanish, and you will awaken somewhere else. But that isn't your only potential destiny. You could turn around, walk away from the unity until the stars fade away, and you will wake up on your own ship, in your universe. You could live out the life you have. I have enjoyed speaking to you once again. All of you. Every version that is here in the unity, right now. Go out into the stars. As you consider stepping towards infinity, I offer you a glimpse into what will happen to the universe you may be leaving. As the essence of who you are is spread throughout space and time. The Constellation membership who stays behind will in time publish their data about the discovery of the artifacts, the Starborn, and the Unity. Space exploration across the settled systems is given new life as people search for home out there in the stars. Ron Hope's downfall proves once again that the Free Star Rangers put justice above petty power plays and politics. A sense of commitment to the common good grows throughout the Free Star Collective. Acts of heroism and noble sacrifice increase. By defeating both the Hunter and the Emissary, the path to the unity in this universe is left for the people of the settled systems to discover on their own, uninterrupted by powerful Starborn. Although you leave this universe behind, a new universe awaits you. Who will you be in this one? What choices will you make?